to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Taylor and I am an Army spouse. I'm a newer military spouse and I share content all about being a military spouse in the newer MILSPOUSE perspective. I offer a Christian perspective, and I also have been stationed in South Korea with my husband at Camp Humphreys. We are about to PCS to Fort Riley, Kansas, so you'll start seeing some Kansas content here soon. I post daily encouragement, tips, resources, all about those things I just mentioned on my Instagram, and then I try to get as many videos out as possible. So if that is something that you are interested in, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and head on over to Instagram when you're done with this video and follow me on there for a more daily look at what it's like to be a military spouse. This video is going to be something I've wanted to do for a very long time now, and it's going to be a little Q&A. So on my Instagram a few weeks ago, I posted a question, just ask me anything, and I just got some random questions that we're going to go through today. So I'm going to get right into it. Question number one. Question number one was, what was your dream job when you were younger? And then I also had another question about what is my dream job. So I'm gonna kind of answer both of those. My dream job when I was younger was to be a teacher. And that's actually what I went to college for. I got my bachelor's in elementary education and was certified to teach, or I am certified to teach, kindergarten up to 6th grade. And for the last 4 years, I was a teacher. I taught 3rd grade. I taught for 2 years in Kansas and 2 years in Florida. And then this last year, while my husband has been stationed in South Korea, I have been a substitute teacher at one of the elementary schools on base here, where I've taught lots of 1st grade classes. I've been an aide, I've been a PE teacher. I kind of did a little bit of everything, which was fun. But now I'm doing something totally different. But yeah, my dream job was to be a teacher. But now my dream job, since I've grown up, is definitely to be a mom. I really want to be a mother. I don't know if I want to be a stay-at-home mom necessarily, but I just want to be a mom. I really want to have a daughter specifically. I'll be happy with boys. I joke around about this all the time, but I'll be happy with a boy, but I really want a girl. I want like 3 or 4 kids, so boys and girls, but specifically, I really want to be a girl mom. I want to have a super girly little girl just like me. So, dream job is to be a mother someday. Hopefully somewhat soon. Question number 2, planner recommendations. Okay, so if you know me at all, you know I'm a big planner, which really doesn't go too well with military life because you can't really plan too many things out that far in advance. But in general, I am a planner. This is my planner. I take it with me everywhere. I write everything down in it. And this is a Bloom planner. You can switch out the front cover. So we've got this one. Says, let your light shine. This one says, I am endlessly creating myself. Well, this is the newest one that they have, the Ultimate Planner, but I get this one because I like to fill in the dates myself. So it's all blank. So if you don't get your planner by January 1st, like I did not do that, you don't have to start in January and like get a new planner every January. You can get it whenever you want. This one specifically, I really like because you have the different things for each month. You have one section for your budget. You can fill out visions for all different goals that you have each month. And then you fill out your just normal monthly thing. And then each week, I like how it has it by day and then the to-do list for the whole week and the week's priorities. And then at the beginning of the planner, you really take a good deep dive into what you want your year to look like. It goes through all kinds of goals that you have, personal development. You can make a little dream board, a mood board, vision board. The link for this is in my description box below. This is the Ultimate Planner. Okay, moving on to question number 3. How long does your husband plan to be in the military? My husband owes about 5 more years, and we have decided together that we will reevaluate in those 5 years how things go, because like I said, I do want to start a family and we both want that. So we want to see what the military life brings for our family, how much he may or may not get deployed or go to training, and I just want to see kind of how it goes for us as a family and if we can continue this lifestyle. I think that my husband would definitely like to do the full 20 years. This is only our first duty station together, his first duty station as an active duty service member, so we still have a few more PCSs or duty stations to experience to get the full, our opinion fully formed on that, so to be determined. Question number 4. What has this season of life taught you the most about yourself? Just a lot of life change, honestly, has happened in the last 2 years, and I thought that the hardest thing I would ever do was move to Florida by myself, and I did. I didn't know anybody. My family wasn't there at the time. It was just me by myself, and I moved all by myself, and I learned so much through that process, and just like relying on the Lord to just be with me through all of that. It was a lot, but then, and I was the girl who said I would never date anyone in the military, and then I met my husband, and everything changed. So the thing that the Lord has taught me the most, or what I've learned the most about myself, is that I am so much more capable, and I'm so much stronger and so much more resilient than I ever thought that I was or could be. And that has a lot to do with just what God has wanted to grow in me as a person and just in my character. Okay, the next question is, how do you work from home, or do you teach English, or are you a full-time influencer? So I now work from home, and I actually have only been working at this new job for a few weeks now, but I am the director of content and branding for a real estate team at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and I do that remotely. So this is a brand new thing for me. I have been doing obviously social media marketing for myself for the past almost year now, and I have been doing some freelance work for some other real estate agents doing their social media management for a little bit over a year now, but now I'm stepping into this new role with this real estate group, and so I do that from home. And I did actually teach English online with VIP Kid when we first moved to Korea, and I did that just online to students living in China. So I used to teach English online. I don't do that anymore, and until a few weeks ago I was substitute teaching here in Korea at the school on base, but now I work from home, and I would love to be an influencer, but I have worked with a few brands, and I have monetized my social media just a few times, but I definitely don't just rely on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that. It's not making me an income at all right now. I would love for that to be the case maybe in the future as I grow my website and my blog and Instagram and my reach on those platforms, but for now I am working part-time, going to be full-time once we do PCS for the realty group at Fort Bragg. The next question is, what are the places that you would like to travel to the most? And I have always had this place on my mind. I really would love to travel to Croatia, and the reason is because I have family that is from Croatia, so my ancestors are from Croatia, so it's always been a place that my family has talked about and I know a lot about. I actually took the Croatian language in college for 1 semester. I can't really tell you anything, I can't tell you much in Croatian, but I do know a little bit, and I know a little bit about Croatia because my family is from there. The name of the country in their language is Hrvatski, and my maiden name is Horvat, so yep, I'm Croatian, so I would really love to visit Croatia one day. Okay, this next question kind of goes along with something I already said, but the question is, How do you find ways to be okay with changing of plans when you are a type A person and such a planner? This is just something that I have relied on the Lord for and just like surrendered to Him, because yes, this is my biggest struggle with being a military spouse. The hardest like transition with being a military spouse is definitely when plans change and not being able to count on a plan, or being really in control of your own life in a lot of different ways. And that's just been getting better with time. Honestly, just adapting and like growing that resiliency in myself is just with time, just getting used to it. The next question is, how do you find a rental when you're living in another state? Okay, so I'm assuming that you're meaning finding housing when you are PCSing, and my biggest recommendation with that is to look up the spouse page for the base that you are going to be stationed at and just ask the question on there. Spouse pages have been my biggest resource lately, and when I was moving to South Korea, that's what I relied on, is I would post some questions in there for Camp Humphreys, and I would get a lot of recommendations on there. And if someone maybe doesn't, even if they don't have a specific rental property or something like that, they can connect you and tag other people in the comments that can help you. So there's definitely a lot of resources out there on the spouses pages, which I know they have their own drama and their own issues, but there's a lot of really good information on spouse pages. Okay, the last question is, what are my top 3 favorite books? I'm just gonna go with the top 3 that come to my head right now, which are Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers, Uninvited by Lisa TerKeurst, and The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Redeeming Love is a story about Hosea and Gomer, which is a story from the Bible, and it is based on the biblical account of Hosea and Gomer, but it's like a Christian romantic fiction. That is a very good book and will definitely pull on your heartstrings. Uninvited by Lisa TerKeurst is really, really good as well. It's nonfiction. It's a Christian perspective about just when you feel left out, less than, and lonely. And this was really good for me to read when I was in college and went through some breakups. And it's not just about breakups or anything like that, but just in general, how the Lord can meet you in that time. And then The Gifts of Imperfection is by Brene Brown, and that is just such a good book. I love that book because to like realize your flaws and how to embrace them instead of just being such a like perfectionist and like being down on yourself. And I need to read it again because it is so good. I really recommend that book. And that is all of the questions that I got from you guys. If you have more questions for my next Q&A, please leave them in the comments. I would love to record another one like this and do a part 2 sometime. This was fun. So please leave me more questions for a part 2 in the comments. And if you want to check out Bloom Planners, make sure to hit the link in the description and you will be given, I believe, 10% off with my code. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you guys next time.